Sup flappers, welcome back to another video. So today I've been playing Shenhe for quite a bit now. I've leveled her up, I've invested into her a decent amount. I got her weapon all the way to level 80, and whether you are wanting to pull Shenhe for her incredible chest physics, or you want this character simply for buffing the rest of your cryo teammates, make sure to watch to the end of this video because there's a lot of things that we're going to cover today, from her pros or cons. But do understand, this is not a build guide video. It's a video that I've composed together through my personal experience playing this character. All right, now with that said, make sure you like and subscribe because I'm still giving out a bunch of characters in patch 2.4, along with, at this point, only God knows how many Kaching skins we're about to dish out on this channel. So focus up, make sure that subscribe button is pressed, and let's get into the video. Now with Shenhe, on her first day of testing when I just pulled her, she did feel slightly underwhelming, but after some investments, her artifacts have now been built up. Her weapon is level 80, she herself is Ascension 4 with talents raised up somewhat. She is starting to feel like that dedicated premier cryo support she was designed to be. There are a couple caveats about Shenhe's kit though, mainly revolving around her elemental skill. A couple things we first have to get clear is that her elemental skill does not simply buff cryo damage, it buffs it in a way that is different from what we're used to. It buffs based on instances of damage dealt. What the hell does that mean? So basically you get 5 charges of usage, and it is per character in the team. So let's say you have a team of 4 characters and you used her press skill, which gives 5 instances of cryo damage boost for each character, totaling 20 if you're running a 4 cryo team. That's why Shenhe is designed to facilitate, in my honest opinion, at least 2 other cryo carries and then plus herself. So as you see, the footage I'm using here is a team that is extremely expensive, which most people won't be having. That is Ayaka with Ganyu, with Kokomi, and now with Shenhe. Now I've tested this team throughout Abyss, and let me tell you, they are clearing content at lightning speed. All my characters here are C0. Have you understand that? C0 Ayaka, C0 Ganyu, C0 Kokomi, and of course C0 Shenhe. None of them are hyper invested into. They each average about 3,500 to 4,000 resin worth of artifact invested into them. So you can kind of get an idea for how much power they're dealing. And with the case of Kokomi and Shenhe, they're both at level 70, Ascension 4, with half decent artifact sets, and Ganyu is sitting at level 80, right? So you can quickly see that there is much more room for DPS ceiling increase for this team. I would anticipate all runs could be shredded by another 30 plus second in the Abyss just with more investment. So it's safe to assume that the ceiling for this team is so damn high, I currently don't even know it yet. However, once you take Shenhe out of her designated cryo teams, she quickly starts showing a lack of ability to facilitate other teams. So what I'm trying to say is she's a niche character that's designed specifically for cryo teams, but the keen of you are probably already thinking of off-meta teams that you can slot Shenhe into through the usage of 3, 2, 1. That's right, Chongyun. Right, Chongyun is able to change people's attack from whatever they originally are to cryo. Now, of course, it does lose out to pyro infusion, but that's beside the point. There are some wacky scenarios where you can take Chongyun, buff someone else up, and using Shenhe to further buff them to make like a double cryo with Chongyun Shenhe and forcibly turn someone else into a cryo character. Now, how reliable that is, I don't think I even want to start to find out, but just letting you guys know, yes, there is that possibility. And I'm mentioning this because I know there's going to be that one guy in the comments being like, well, actually, Walrus, you can actually use I know, I understand, but it's not practical, my friend. Okay, it's not practical, just like Shenhe's booby physics. So now to circle back to the question, is Shenhe worth it? And I'm gonna give you guys a short and long answer. For people who just want to get in, get out of this video, thank you guys so much for supporting me. Shenhe is not worth it. All right, that's the short answer. And if you want to get the long answer, please listen to why I'm saying this. Currently, cryo teams are already some of the strongest out there. With perma teams, there's variants to the Morgana team. There is perma freeze team. You got Xingqiu, you got Kokomi, right? They're already plenty strong. The current state of endgame is quite favorable, you could say, to people who are running freeze teams with either Mona or Kokomi. Both of these characters can apply AoE Hydro for characters like Ayaka and Ganyu to permafreeze enemies. And it's never been brought up that cryo teams or these permafreeze teams or even Ganyu melt teams are in a lack of damage, right? That's never been an issue. So what is Shenhe essentially? Shenhe is a character, in my opinion, that miHoYo designed to please whales, to give whales that sense of extra bit of, in my opinion, unnecessary damage amplification. There is no need for Shenhe in any of these cryo teams, and her existence can make cryo carries better. Not like any of them are needing her to be better. In fact, I would have wished for Shenhe to maybe be an Nemo or something like that for Zhao. Zhao is a character that could benefit from a dedicated support character like Shenhe. It makes me wonder why miHoYo decided to put yet another buff towards the cryo category. And I think I understand why, right? Shenhe is a character that's released to facilitate quick instances of damage, and due to her mechanics as well, she can reapply these damage buffs. So give you guys an example. Ganyu already used her burst, and she uses all the instances of damage buff from Shenhe, but as Ganyu's burst continues to shower, Shenhe reapplies those stacks, and immediately Ganyu's burst will use up those additional stacks, making her very, very good for characters that can have prolonged exposure cryo damage. So Ayaka's burst, Ganyu's burst. These are two instances where Shenhe can indeed refresh their stacks before their cryo application are used up. So a sequencing would be something like using Shenhe's elemental skill and then using Ganyu's burst, switching to Kokomi, throw on the jellyfish, switching to Ayaka, use her burst, use her elemental skill, switch back to Shenhe, and by then Ganyu's burst is still running, but Ayaka's burst is about half used up, and then Shenhe used her elemental skill and reapplies the talismans to both Ayaka's burst, which is still running, and also the tail end of Ganyu's burst. It's actually incredibly powerful, and I urge everybody who has the resources to maybe try this particular team. Now do note that yes, if you want to replace Kokomi with Mona for even more damage, that is also a possibility. Just know that you have to run Prototype Amber on Mona to make sure that the team has some sort of heals, because look at this team, no shielder, and if you take out Kokomi, you'll have no healer. You need some form of survivability. At the end here, I just want to remind you all, pull for who you like. Don't let any of what I say decide whether you want to pull or don't want to pull for Shenhe. I'm just telling you guys, she is probably best ran in a triple cryo team. If you don't have Ayaka or if you don't have Ganyu, it's going to be difficult to make her fully realize her potential. But hey, you do you. I'm glad you stuck with me all the way to the end of the video and you respected me enough to hear to the end of what I had to say. Please comment below what you think about this character, as well as how you are planning to run her. The keyword of today is going to be cheesecake, and no, it's not because I'm craving cheesecake. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, like, subscribe, do everything, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, urge you all to stay safe and peace.